I know who most people think the top 5 villains of One Piece are, and I know who you have at number 1. But this list will surprise you. Going from the least evil to the one with the blackest heart, starting at number 5. It's gotta be Crocodile, man. Luffy had the hardest time with Crocodile. He fought Crocodile 3 times. 2 times Crocodile got the jump on him, and he was finally able to beat him because he had put blood on his hands to beat him up. That is a villain. But the reason why he's number 5 is he did have a change of heart later on in the series and did help Luffy and Whitebeard try to get back Ace. So he has to be number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Kizaru. Yes, Kizaru. He is, what he did at Shambundi was crazy. He basically wrecked the Straw Hats. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to kill everybody. Obviously, he barely survived because Usopp had a slingshot pointing at his face, but he was trying to kill everybody. He almost killed Zoro. If Kuma didn't come and send everybody to other places, they probably would all die. That's just being honest. So Kizaru has to be number 4 because yes, he did wreak havoc, but it was more of him just doing his job than him necessarily being a villain, in my opinion. Coming in at number 3. Now this one is probably gonna shock you guys. My number 3 villain is, yes, Kaido. Now a lot of people gonna be like, Kaido is super strong. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think Kaido was more villainous. Kaido was just like the strongest survive, rise to the top type situation. Orochi was the villain. He was the scheming, conniving, evil one. You know what I'm saying? Kaido was just the muscle, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, he didn't really do much to the Straw Hats. Like, yeah, he beat up Luffy, but he didn't really do much to the Straw Hats, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He was just more of like, I want to take over Wano, and because Luffy and the Straw Hats were friends with Momonosuke and Kiemon and all them, that's why Luffy kind of took up the fight. But it wasn't so much like, he was villainous to the point where he was doing horrible things to Wano, but he didn't really affect the Straw Hats to that degree, in my opinion. Coming in at number 2, this again will shock you, but no, number 2 is Blackbeard. Now a lot of people are like, Blackbeard, and the reason why I say that is because, yes, Blackbeard is a villain. He's an evil guy, but like I said, yeah, he did some underhanded things. He killed Thatch, which is pretty villainous. He captured Ace, but again, Ace kind of fought him, so there's that. And also, he stole Whitebeard's power, which is pretty villainous. Like I said, he has a pretty villainous, resume. But to me, a lot of that stuff was kind of for his own gain. And besides, like I said, he captured Ace, and obviously he stole Whitebeard's power. But there's somebody else, in my opinion, that so far is the most villainous in One Piece. But before we get into that, we have to get into the honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1 is Kuzan. Kuzan, the reason why I got him as honorable mention number 1 is because, yes, he did freeze Luffy, but there was multiple times he could have kind of taken them out, and he kind of spared them a lot. And he also fought, the world government at one point. So I kind of give him a pass. He's not that villainous. Number 2 for me is Kuma. Again, Kuma, yes, did he, attack the Straw Hats? Yeah, but a lot of things he did, he saved them. I mean, obviously, he saved them in Shambundi. He let them leave in, Thriller Bark. So I can't give him, villainous. He seemed like he was kind of helping them out, to be honest with you. Number 3 is Doflamingo. Like I said, he's evil, but he didn't really do nothing to the Straw Hats again. To me, he was just doing, his thing in Dressrosa. It wasn't really like, to me, he wasn't really like a villain like that. I mean, he was horrible to the people of Dressrosa, yes. But I don't really think he was villainous that much to the Straw Hats, and that's why I have him in the honorable mentions. I don't think he's worse than any of the guys I said in the top 5. Another honorable mention is Enil. Obviously, was a terror, in Skypiea. And all you guys who didn't watch Skypiea, definitely watch Skypiea. But he was a terror in Skypiea, but to be honest with you guys, he was kind of light work for Luffy. I ain't gonna lie, he was running from Luffy most of the time. Like, he wasn't, like, once he see he couldn't shock Luffy, he was just kind of running, basically. So that's why I had to bump him down to honorable mentions, because you gotta fight, man. Crocodile was out here fading with Luffy, So was Kaido and these guys. Like, once he felt like he seen that it was a bad matchup, he started running, so. And my last honorable mention is Arlong. Arlong was a hard one to leave off because he did make Nami's life a living hell. But like I said again, Luffy, it was kind of light work for Luffy. Luffy just kind of went over there and beat Arlong up. I feel like he struggled more with the other people I was saying, or like they did more evil things. So now for my number 1 most villainous character in One Piece, it has to go to Akainu. This man killed Ace, punched a hole through Whitebeard, and got one of Whitebeard's crew members to turn on him Think about this. Think about the stuff that this man did. And mind you, he almost killed Luffy. If it wasn't for Shanks pulling up, he tried to punch through Jinbei and kill Luffy. So for me, Akainu is the most villainous, evil person in One Piece right now. And you know what I'm saying? I can't give him a pass, y'all. I think he's scum. And you seen Garp was ready to handle that boy. But you know, obviously they stopped him. But yeah, man, for me, Akainu has to be number one. Like I said, he killed Ace. He punched a hole through Whitebeard's chest. He got one of Whitebeard's members to turn on him, and he almost killed Luffy. That's a big list. That is a big list. You know what I'm saying? So for me, number one has to be Akainu. You know what I'm saying? So that's my list. All right, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know who you think is the most villainous. I challenge y'all, make your own list. If I'm wrong, put y'all in the comment section. I want to hear what y'all think. And the 3 best that I like in one of my new videos, I'll definitely, you know what I'm saying, read the list off. But for me, like I said, I don't think nobody top of my list. So definitely put in the comment section and, you know what I'm saying, let me know who's your top 5 villains. And obviously, definitely click the video that just popped up.